Hello everyone, I'm Nima and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to teach you about chicken broth. I'm sure you have heard the term broth before, but you're not exactly sure what it is or how to make it. So if you want to gain some information about it and learn something, keep watching this video. What is chicken broth? So chicken broth is basically a very flavorful liquid made from extracting flavor from chicken meat and aromatics. It's very important to have a high quality chicken broth because unlike chicken stock, you can actually serve it as a soup. But chicken stock, you can't do that. You have to use it in something else. And if you have a good quality chicken broth, your final dish will have the same or better quality. And chicken broth is usually used as a soup or the liquid in the soup or the liquid in some stews, but we don't really make sauces with chicken broth because it doesn't contain a lot of collagen because you have extracted flavor from meat instead of bones. What is the ratio to make chicken broth? Well, there are two different ways to, or I should say there are two different ratios to make chicken broth. One of them you would use water as the simmering liquid, the other you would use stock as the simmering liquid, which is also known as a double broth. So if you want to use water as the simmering liquid, you will need 10 pounds of meat, 5 quarts of water, 1 pound mirepoix and 1 sachet. But if you want to use stock as the liquid or a double broth, you will need 3 pounds of meat, 5 quarts of chicken stock, 1 pound of mirepoix and 1 sachet. If you learned something watching this video so far, please hit that like button down below so YouTube will show this video to more people and more people can learn about chicken broth. Thank you. How to make chicken broth? Well, the process of making broth is pretty much just like chicken stock, but there are some extra things that you should do while making broth, and there are some things that you should avoid to do while making broth. First of all, you just have to add all of your meat in a tall stock pot, why tall? Because you don't want a lot of surface area. If you have a lot of surface area, the liquid will evaporate quickly and you won't have enough flavor left in your broth. Then add cold water to your broth if you're using water, or add cold stock if you're using stock. Then place it on the heat source, turn on the heat, and as soon as it started to simmer, you shouldn't stir it at all. Because if you disturb it, the broth will turn cloudy, and that's not good at all. While the broth is simmering, there should be a layer of foam on the surface of the liquid. Try to skim all that foam, and if you see any fat, try to degrease the fat using a ladle. After about 2.5 hours of simmering, you should add your mirepoix to the broth. If you don't know what mirepoix is, the link will be up here, so make sure to watch that one too. And after about 15 minutes of simmering, add your sachet, link up here, make sure to watch it. And again, after about like 30 to 45 minutes, your broth is ready, and you should strain it through a china cap and a cheesecloth. And the thing is, you shouldn't just pour your chicken broth like chicken stock because it will make it cloudy. You should transfer it using a ladle if you want a nice and clear chicken broth. How to keep and store chicken broth? Well, chicken broth has to be stored in the fridge below 41 degrees Fahrenheit or 5 degrees Celsius. And when you refrigerate your chicken broth, the fat left in the broth will become solid and it will float on top of the broth. So make sure to degrease all that fat before you want to reheat your broth. And you also can freeze your broth, but over time it will lose its quality, freshness, flavor and aroma. It's just best to make small batches at a time so you can use it quickly, so you won't have to keep it for that long. How to use chicken broth? Well, at the beginning of the video I mentioned that chicken broth can be served as a soup. You just have to garnish it and then serve it, and you can garnish it with vegetables, fresh herbs, cooked pasta, cooked grains, or even the chicken meat you simmer to make chicken broth. But the only thing that you have to remember is that the cuts has to be pretty small, because think about it, the portion size is probably 8 or 10 ounces, and nobody wants a big piece of chicken, big piece of vegetables or pasta in their 8-ounce bowl of soup, right? It's just not professional. And you just have to cut them into small dice or even brunoise, and you can actually serve it as a soup. Or you can use it as the liquid to make some other soup, or you can use it as the liquid to make some other stew. Alright everyone, this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something watching this video, and I just wanted to let you know that I have videos about chicken stock, mirepoix, bouquet garni and sachet. So if you want to master making chicken stock and chicken broth, make sure to watch all these videos, because if you do, you will have a great understanding of the process of making chicken stock and chicken broth. And yeah, if you want to support me, make sure to like my videos as you watch them, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, that's all. Thank you, and until the next video, I will see you all later. Thank you.